Since the motions that led to the removal of 3 senior Guyana Elections Commission figures accused of electoral fraud, the agency has been working to fill the vacancies so the work of the Secretariat can go on. However, without a Chief Elections Officer, a Deputy Chief Elections Officer, and a returning officer for Region 4, the work of Gecom is being crippled, according to governing PPP Commissioner Sase Gunraj. On Thursday, Gunraj told the newsroom that the process of hiring suitable candidates to fill the integral positions involves a public advertisement along with a stringent vetting process before anyone can be considered.
Gecom has a procedure by which these vacancies are filled. The positions are publicly advertised, and the applicants are then vetted and interviewed by the commission or a part of the commission, and then recommendations are made. These are all senior positions which have to be filled, or these offices and officers have to be appointed by the commission. As a consequence, the commission has a hands-on approach to these hirings.
The CEO's position, according to Gunraj, is critical and is the one that needs to be filled immediately, as the Secretariat needs the CEO to execute important tasks. Given an example, Gunraj explained that Gecom was recently forced to suspend the distribution of identification cards as the CEO's signature is needed on them.
At least it is my intention to have this process done in an expeditious manner so that we can have everything in place for the holding of local government elections. You would have also seen, and these vacancies, of course, are crippling the work of the organization in some regards. You would have seen recently a post in a public announcement in the newspapers and other media that the Commission has suspended the issue of replacement or ID cards and production of identification cards as a whole because of the absence of the Chief Elections Officer, whose signature is contained on those documents.
So until that...
There are quite a few processes that understandably cannot go on because of the absence of those office holders.
And while the Commission is in a rush to get those slots filled, Gunraj is of the strong view that the individuals should be of high integrity to prevent a repeat of the 2020 elections fiasco.
Obviously, given our most recent experience, we'd want to ensure that those posts are filled by persons of integrity, hopefully impeccable integrity, because the entire imbroglio that was the last elections, I believe, could have been avoided if persons who were tasked with the responsibility constitutionally and statutorily, if they had conducted themselves in a proper manner, and if they had carried out their functions as contemplated by law, we would not have had those issues. So for me, my core requirement for these persons would be for persons who can carry out the functions in an impartial manner and in keeping with their constitutional and statutory responsibilities and obligations.
The previous posts were filled by Keith Lowenfield, who served as the CEO, his deputy Roxanne Myers, and Region 4 RO Clement Mingo. Back in August, their contracts were terminated after no confidence motions were filed regarding their handling of the 2020 general and regional elections. Myers, Lowenfield, and Mingo are currently before the court on fraud charges relating to the 2020 elections. Reporting for the newsroom, I am Shakima Day.